FBI conducted their search while Joe was vacationing on the beach in January. Now, keep in mind, this is the third Biden property that was searched by the FBI that we know of.
More classified documents.
We do know of two more locations that need to be searched. One would be Hunter Biden's house, and the other would be the University of Delaware. We'll have more on that in a minute. But, of course, the White House counsel is refusing to tell any of us if the other locations were visited by the FBI. Take a look.
Just to be very clear, has the FBI conducted any searches of any other locations associated with the president that you or the White House is aware of?
Look, I think we're providing information as this goes on and answering questions about the search activities as they've been happening. I don't want to.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so I can give you more.
Simple
Support
question.
the channel.
Did they search the house or not? That's a yes or a no. No in between. What you saw
And don't
there,
forget, you can hit the like or dislike button.
Not answering the question. Now, the White House is also refusing to tell us how many classified documents have been recovered. Take a look at this.
Kareem, what is the current number of documents bearing classified markings that have been found in the president's residence and offices?
I would refer you to the White House counsel's office.
Of course you would. She's a liar anyway.
Now, the White House has reportedly blocked the National Archives from updating you, the American people, on this case. Now, that's something that Biden's team will neither confirm nor deny. Take a look at this.
There's reporting that came from the House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, who says that in his conversations with the National Archives, they communicated that they were told, the Archives was told it could not release a press release at whatever point it was about the discovery of classified documents. Did anyone at the White House tell them not to do that?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. If that's actually what he said, it's probably better to ask the archive.
Oh, okay. Meanwhile, who told him not to answer the question? James Comer said that on this show last night. Now, this is a cover-up in the making, but your FBI Director Christopher Wray, your AG Merrick Garland, they don't seem to care. They have clearly politicized and weaponized the Department of Justice in this great country. That is not good for America. Now, keep in mind, most of Biden's documents from his 4 decades in office, they are stored at the University of Delaware. How big a trove of documents? Well, we're talking about 33 pallets of papers delivered in 2011, not in one truck, but 2 trucks, including over 1,800 cartons of documents, and get this, a whopping 415 gigabytes of electronic records. Now, neither Joe Biden nor the University of Delaware will allow anybody to view those documents. The university is pretending that they are still organizing the material 11 years later. But as far as we know, there has been no FBI search at the University of Delaware. There needs to be one. Or for that matter, Hunter Biden's house and office, there needs to be one. And according to the New York Post, remember, this broke over the weekend, Hunter offered to sell intelligence, or seemingly what looked like intelligence, according to officials, on Russian oligarchs to the U.S. aluminum firm Alcoa for $55,000. Where did Hunter get information on Russian oligarchs? We need an answer to that question. And given Hunter's deep ties to China, Russia, Ukraine, not to mention the crack cocaine, the prostitutes, you would think that the FBI and the DOJ would want to make sure that there's no classified documents in Hunter's possession. After all, he was in the very house where classified documents were found. But again, to the best of our knowledge, Hunter's house has not been raided. Why not? What's really going on? Here to help answer those questions, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Senator, I guess the obvious question is why? Why is there a double standard? And, you know, why would you let Joe Biden go to a house that you know you have to search 10 days prior to your search? Why wouldn't the search have taken place first?
Yeah, look, unfortunately, there's been a double standard throughout the Biden presidency. This Biden Department of Justice is the most political Department of Justice we've ever seen. When it comes to Donald Trump, they come after him. Their objective is political. They want to take him down. When it comes to Joe Biden, their objective is to protect him. We now know Joe Biden's homes and offices have been raided by the FBI, not once, not twice, but 3 times. We know that he was raided in November, and yet the FBI kept it a secret. The DOJ kept it a secret. They leak like a sieve when it concerns Donald Trump. But when it concerns Joe Biden, they keep it utterly secret.
Red Wave Patriots.
At this point, Sean, is there a place Joe Biden doesn't leave classified documents? This is just becoming weird.
He didn't leave any at my house.
Wherever he goes, he just leaves a cache of classified documents. And I got to say, This is something
I wouldn't let
discussed
the scumbag in.
on my podcast Verdict, where I went into the details of this scandal, and in particular, there's a special prosecutor that's been appointed by the Attorney General. And there's a way to know whether that special prosecutor is actually trying to follow the law. In poker, you have a tell. You have some sort of
Hey,
signal
you.
that shows what
Did
you're
you
really
poke
doing.
that
Here's
subscribe
the
button
tell.
yet?
If the special prosecutor is following
Come
the
on,
law, they will
support
be
the
looking
channel.
at
Hit
the
the subscribe.
connections between Joe Biden and Hunter Biden.
How could I give you
Because
these
Hunter
videos
Biden
if you
made
don't
a
support
career
me?
out of selling access to his father and making millions of dollars from
Apparently, you
Communist
guys like the
China,
videos.
from
You keep
Burisma
watching them.
in Ukraine, and they will be looking at those
So tell
connections. If
somebody,
they're
tell a
trying
friend.
to protect
Let's build the channel.
the Biden
little by
White
little.
House, they will be trying to separate the two and say, well,
Come on,
look at
this is
Hunter
us-
for his
us
drugs, for his
Patriots
tax
channel.
evasion, but it's all personal. Don't connect
Subscribe
him
that button.
to the big guy. And I got to say, on that laptop from hell,
God
there
bless,
are
and I'll
multiple
see you guys
emails
tomorrow.
right now that on the face of it
Thank you for
appear
watching.
to have been written relying on official government briefing documents. There's one email right before Hunter Biden gets invited to be on the board of Burisma to make $83,000 a month. This email is incredibly detailed. It has 22 points. It's scholarly. It's erudite. It reads like the briefing paper that a government official gets before you take a trip abroad. It reads like a scene setter. Joe Biden was going to Ukraine the very next week, and it raises an obvious question. Did Hunter Biden read the briefing materials Joe Biden was given? Did he cut and paste them and put them in this email? And then here's the $64,000 question. Did those briefers include classified materials? If they did, then Joe Biden and Hunter Biden both likely committed criminal offenses. Now, I don't know the answer to that. I know this email
Not just one, several.
was written by a Russia and Ukraine expert, and Hunter Biden is not a Russia and Ukraine expert.
Gonna say it again,
And
hit
so
that
the special
subscribe.
counsel needs to examine the briefings, and in particular the classified briefings that Joe Biden received at the time.
Tell a friend or two
Compare them
about
to
the
Hunter
channel.
Biden's email, and if there is a connection, that needs to be the focus of the criminal case.
There's 74 million
What
of
you're
you.
referring to is the email
I won't give up till I get
to
you all.
his Burisma business partner. You're saying, and I believe
Yep.
Senator Ron Johnson said it as well, that it infers direct access to classified information. You're right. He's not an expert on any of these things. With the Alcoa case and the offer to give information on
That's another
Russian
one.
oligarchs, how would Hunter
God
Biden know
bless.
anything about a Russian oligarch?
Have a good night. I'll see you
That's
tomorrow.
a great mystery to me. Just like this email has great specificity on a topic that he went on Good Morning America and admitted that he had no knowledge of, no experience in, and ended up getting paid, what, $83,000 a month or something to that effect.
Yeah. Well, look, the Alcoa email, he was asking Alcoa, pay me $55,000. Now, I want you to think, when was the last time you demanded of someone, give me 55 grand for what? For my insight on Russian oligarchs and their networks of elites.
Maybe
in
we can get
Russia.
55
And
grand
he's
for Social
pitching
Security.
this to them. Now, listen, Hunter Biden doesn't know anything about this. He doesn't have any history or background in this, which means, at a minimum, he made a business out of selling access to Daddy, making millions of dollars to Daddy. But the inference
big
from
guy.
both of these emails